Hi, this is Larry Greenblatt. Welcome to episode 4 of my Griffix for CISSP 2023. And today we're going to be a certificate authority, just a real quick overview of how to use a graphical front end, I like XCA for OpenSSL. And we're going to sign the certificate request that we created in episode 3. So I hope you enjoy this and decide I want to spend money in his store. But the most fundamental challenge, I think, is in security and in any development life cycle is knowing who has the skills to do what you need, but also knowing who's who and having trust in that identity. So when somebody claims to be Bob or whatever, we say that they're identifying themselves, but we need to validate that. So we have some type of credential, and today it's the X.509 certificate, and we see them presented all the time on servers, but we don't see them presented for users much, and there's reasons why. I've discovered as I try to roll this out. So anyway, we did in episodes 1 and 2, we did some passive and active reconnaissance on these X.509 certificates for servers, particularly TLS, and then in Cleopatra, we looked at how we could secure our email, well, just PGP, but if I want to get it federated, I had to create an X.509 certificate for mail, an S-MIME certificate, and we're not authorized to do that. So it's like creating a driver's license. We filled out the application. We created the certificate request, and now we need a certificate authority. We waited in line, and we said, oh, heck, I'm not standing in line. I'll start my own certificate authority. So that's what we're doing here. So, and again, I'm not training people to be better at other people at the same game. No, I want everybody to be yourself. For the world of abundance, we just need more unique individuals. Your data is unique, but I would need to make sure it's just you. Right? We need integrity. That's a blockchain and decentralized, and it's a primary code of ethics. It's the primary code of ethics of the IDC square, the primary of the 4 canons. So, yep, protect everybody. The Federation from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. We want everybody to equally share in this time of abundance. So we've been through this. The X.509 name, or excuse me, X.500 name is what you're called. That's what you identify yourself as. But the 509 certificate is to give us, some reasonable certainty. And again, today these are RSA or elliptical curve keys, but these should be rolling out any day now. I keep waiting to see a TLS handshake or something. Give me a choice for that. So far, no. So our first step, we're going to, very quickly, I'm going to open up XCA. We're going to create a little database, of all the stuff it's, the certificate is authoritative for. We're going to create a key pair for the certificate authority, create its certificate, and now we have a CA certificate. And I don't know all the settings for that. Luckily, XCA has a template for that. And then we are going to, we'll create that certificate for the root, and then we'll import the request from Bob, sign it, and we'll take a look at some of the fields in there now. When you sign the request, you'll write in, but you get to change things if you say, oh, wait a minute, why is Bob, trying to say he wants to be a web server? He's just an S-MIME guy. So we get to inspect what did they actually say. Don't just fill that out. So one of the big attacks that happened this year on the difference between having a graphical front end that has you fill in a limited template of settings that whatever OpenSSL has tons of settings. These are the common ones, but a lot of these templates are not checked. The server, it's automated. So Microsoft Active Directory certificate service, you were able to change that, but you watch somebody else's YouTube from that. Pretty cool. So when we created it with Cleopatra picked the appropriate usages. Now, when you have a certificate, it's like, again, a driver's license. What's it used for? Is it a TLS server or whatever? So in this case, no, this is used for an email person where they'll be signing email, which provides non-repudiation. They got to encrypt basically the symmetric key, the data key for the other. And there'll be we'll leave the data alone for now. My class will time, but it won't be much data. All right, but there's a lot of other There's a lot of usages. So this is very important. You're a security person, again, whether you want to look past the test or not. And one usage I understand might be important if you want to pass the test is code signing. And Microsoft themselves had some code signing certificates compromised, I believe. But we want to know, like a CA typically only needs to do this, Nobody needs to collect them all, but you could. And you could have yourself a golden certificate. And I've been showing that for years, and now they're real attacks. Of course, I think SAML, the Solar Winds did me one up. I think the Golden SAML attack is cooler. But so let's do that. Let's quickly create these things. Oops. So our first, you just open up your XCA. You're going to create a new database for the certificate authority. I'll just call it Griffix, and save that. You have to give it a password. I'll give a very secure password 123. And now we want to create a key pair for the server, for the CA itself. And since Larry likes strong keys, I'll call it whatever, Griffix CA signer. There we go. And if I pick RSA, if you know Larry, I don't really like RSA, but if I did, the XCA tool has limited my ability to pick. I know OpenSSL supports a 3072, but no, I got 1024, 2048. I didn't know you could get an 81. I've never seen that used in a while, but all right, well, hey, whatever, it's fine. But I don't even like RSA. We saw in an earlier presentation where there's this Edwards elliptical curve, DSA basically, but an Edwards curve, and this is very popular. And if you pick this, there's no other setting. But if you say, no, I'll just give me elliptical curve, you get a couple of settings. Did I say a couple? And there's more. Wow, what's the strongest thing on the menu? Why don't you go with the brain pool 512-bit? Okay, this is like 256 bits of entropy of AES or something, but whatever. Larry, stop. All right, so I'll create this thing. I said, yeah, all right. And I created the key. Now I'm going to create so that's just the key. That's the asymmetric elliptical curve key pair. Now I'm going to associate that with my own certificate. So I'm going to create a new certificate. And I don't know all the settings you're supposed to do for a CA. What use case, but luckily XCA comes with a couple templates. So I click on certificate authority and I apply it to everything. And then I fill out my individual subject. I'm going to call it the Griffix root. And do I need a country name? Probably in a real certificate I do. I don't need that. Enter. And this is just having fun. Fenced. And the organization, I'll just make this up. IAM, Identity and Access Management. I do need a common name. I will call that Griffix root CA. And I think that's all I need. I'll be using that certificate that I did. So boom, say okay. And now I have my root CA. So now I can go to signing requests, find the request from Bob, Cleopatra, and it's, even though it's in a PS10, whatever, another one. There's the file. It's an extension issue, and I say okay. And now I have the request. Now it's unhandled. I can sign it, but I can also change other things. Now, if you're going, where's the key usage for email? They use old legacy versions of it. So there's even more settings. But I could, if anyone's going to fill it out, let's create a golden certificate. This guy can do whatever he wants, Oh, yeah, I can fly the airplane. What is this driver's license? Apparently, this driver's license allows you to be God. Yeah, it's a golden certificate. Amazing. That's a testable thing. EAP over LANs versus EAP over PPP. You might want to remember those CISSP testers. Oh, the stuff. Oh, yeah, BitLocker. Yes, we're going to do that. And I created it. So now I can go to certificates. Boom, there's Bob User, his golden certificate. He's God. The CA signed it. And that's how you can take over the world. No, I'm just teasing. I hope that helps people, and I hope to see you in a class. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll live long.